Hello everyone, my name is Perry, and in this video I'm going to be just going through the basics of OBS Studio with you. Now, OBS Studio is a screen recording program, and we're asking you to use this program to record your presentations for the policy challenge. So it's an easy and simple to use program, so the first thing you're going to have to do is basically to download and install it. So on your browser, on your search bar, you can just type in OBS Studio. And it's basically the first link that comes up. You'll see there are several options depending on your operating system. I'm not really going to go ahead and install the program right now because I already have it installed on my computer, but you can pick whatever option is compatible with you, and it's a really easy to set up and basically easy to install and download process. It's very guided. So I'm just going to X out of here. And as soon as the installation process is done, you will have a shortcut to OBS Studio on your desktop. So let's go ahead and launch that. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Now there are several components to the screen here on OBS Studio. The most important two that we're going to be really focusing on are scenes and sources. So when you create a scene, that's basically your project. That's basically your video that you're trying to record, and you can add different elements to each scene. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a scene, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it presentation. And now to this scene, I can add different sources of input, different sources that I want to record. So the first thing we're going to record is basically your presentations. We want to see your slides basically as you're presenting, and in order to do that, what we're going to do is select display capture. Now display capture is going to record all of your anything that's on your monitor will be recorded. So this is something that you have to keep in mind. You just hit OK, and you'll see here it gives you a little preview of what is going to be recorded. So if you have an external monitor, you can go ahead and select it here. You also have the option of capturing your cursor in the recording or not capturing your cursor. That is completely up to you. I'm gonna leave the box checked so I can capture my cursor. And then the next element you're gonna add here is your audio. So you go to Audio Input Capture and hit OK. If you have an external mic, you can select it here, or you can just use the default mic on your computer. I'm just going to leave it as my default. And now you can see the audio input capture bar here shows up, and it's detecting my voice, which is good. That means it's working. And then the last element we are asking you to add is a webcam, so a video of yourself as you're presenting. So for that, we're going to ask you to hit the video capture device and hit OK. Excuse me. Oh, hi. So here you can either, again, use an external camera, or you can use the built-in camera on your laptop. It's up to you. And you can just select it basically here. I'm not going to mess with any of these settings. So I'm just going to hit OK and use the default settings. Now, as you can see that as soon as you hit OK, your webcam basically takes over the screen. So this is easy to fix. You can just resize it and move it around however you like. So I'm just going to put it at the corner here. Now, this area right here is basically your display. So whatever is going to be recorded. So we're recording your monitor, we're recording your webcam. However, while you're presenting, you may not be able to see your webcam, but that's okay. If you followed all the instructions here, then your webcam is going to show up. So OBS is recording you, it's just not showing you the icon or like the webcam as you're presenting. So just keep in mind that that's working. Okay, so after that, before we start recording, we need to go to our settings. We got to make sure our output is set up right. So we go to Output, and then first thing you're going to need to do is to make sure that your video is being saved to a place that is accessible to you. For me, that's the desktop. So I want to be able to access it as soon as as soon as I can, basically, as soon as I'm done recording. So I'm leaving it at the desktop. The recording format here, we're asking you to use MP4. It's just easier for us to process, basically. I believe OBS Studio defaults to MKV, so please make sure to select MP4 here. Okay, I'm just going to hit OK. All right, now you're basically ready to record. You can either start recording using this button here, but that's basically going to start recording as soon as you hit this button. And so the process of you minimizing OBS, pulling up your presentation, all of that will be recorded. A little bit of a more convenient option, I have to say, is this icon here. So this icon here shows up as soon as you launch OBS Studio on your desktop. It's gonna show up here, or if it's not here, then you're gonna see it in one of those hidden in this hidden menu, basically. So if it is here, you just have to drag basically and pull it here. So I just use this as an example, but basically this is the process. You literally just drag and move. On Mac, it's probably going to be somewhere here on your dock that you're going to basically use the same thing. All right, so I haven't started recording anything. I'm just showing you that there is this option. We're just going to minimize this, pull up our presentation, set it up so that it's ready to present. Okay, so go to slideshow, and then now here, go to the OBS Studio icon and just right click and start recording. Now you can go ahead and record your presentation. So you got to click back to your presentation first, and then you go ahead and present as you may. And then as soon as you're done, you go ahead and right click here again and stop recording. So this gives you basically less of the unnecessary footage that would be recorded if you start recording from the actual OBS window here. So let's see what this looks like. So for me, I decided to save it on my desktop. So this is where my video is. I'm just going to launch it. So as you can see, it basically recorded everything up, all of the whole presentation, and also up and beyond. So the process of me trying to stop recording as well. I'm just going to play that here now. So there is still a little bit of unnecessary footage in here that that is better to trim up so that you can have a clean video uploaded to the site. So what we're going to do here is close this, and then we're going to go ahead and open a different program now. Now, the program that we're going to be opening on a PC is called a video editor. For Macs, you can use iMovie, and there's going to be a separate link to a different tutorial for iMovie. But for PCs, you can just type in your search here, video editor, and this should be available in any PC, basically. And you click that. And now what you can do here is just add a new video project. Just takes a few seconds. Okay, and then here I'm going to call it presentation 2. Okay, and so once you have your project ready, now you can start adding videos to it. So I'm going to add my presentation video that I saved on my desktop. So whatever I just recorded. Okay, and then once you have that here, you should drag it to your storyboard. And now, as you can see here, if I play it, it's basically the entire 15-second video. All of this is nice. We want to keep. It's just the end that we want to trim. So as you can see here, all of this is unnecessary. So in order to trim, what we have to do here is just select the trim button here. Okay. So For the trim button, you just use the seek function here. So drag this to wherever you want to trim to, basically. So I think this is a good place. And so whenever you're at the place that you want to stop your video at, you just end of trim here. You move the end of trim arrow, basically. If you want to trim anything from the beginning, you can also use the start of trim arrow as well. And then after you're done, just hit done. And then you'll see that my video is now 10 seconds long instead of 15 seconds long. And it basically only has the presentation. Okay, so once you're happy and satisfied, you can just finish video. And when you're exporting, you export in high quality, so 1080p. Again, here you export it to wherever you want. I'm selecting my desktop, so I'm just gonna hit export. And it takes a few seconds. Okay. And here's the video. Okay, so this was the basic instructions basically of OBS and Microsoft Video Editor. Good luck on your presentations, and I can't wait to see all of your presentations on the day of the Policy Challenge. Bye.